To demonstrations in France, where what are known as the Yellow Vest protests are taking place for a 12th successive weekend. And this time, protesters are not only mobilised against President Emmanuel Macron. Danny Alberhart reports.
It's the 12th week of protests. Not just Paris, but cities like Strasbourg, Valence, Marseille, Bordeaux and Tours. They started out as a show of anger about fuel tax rises, but have since broadened out to issues such as low wages, democratic representation and a hatred of a government demonstrators see as out of touch. And the protests continue to morph. Increasingly, the authorities' response to the demonstrations is itself becoming a rallying cry. The use by police of explosive tear gas canisters is one grievance, but rage is directed primarily at the use of the compressible rubber balls known as flashballs. These have caused serious facial injuries. A court ruled on Friday that police could continue using flashballs due to the risk of violence at protests. But images count. On the streets again was a high-profile protester, Jérôme Rodriguez, his right eye damaged last Saturday by what he says was a flashball.
We shoot at the population with a weapon of war. Is that what France is like today? Is this the country in which I was educated? Is it like that in this country of freedom? We just want to fill the fridge and we end up with one eye less. The government has to hear this.
The protests were generally peaceful, with sporadic clashes. Riot police responded to projectiles being thrown with tear gas and water cannon. Nothing, though, on the scale of the riots that plagued Paris in December. Officials say that since the demonstrations began, 1,700 protesters have been injured and about 1,000 police. It's a reminder of the delicate balancing act the authorities face. They've insisted they'll protect public order from a minority of violent protesters. But they do so at the risk of fueling grievances and perceptions of an overbearing state. It's proving a hard circle to break. Danny Alberhart, BBC News.